Hello, my Astro loves. This is Nancy the Long Wolf. Welcome to LesgetitNetworks LLC Health and Wellness Report. I'm going to actually start breaking them down into elements. So, this is your report for the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm going to go right into it because I don't have a lot of time. But this is the health report from January 7th to the 9th. I'm going to do a little Astro Tarot readings for you. And basically, we'll go ahead and start with Taurus. So, thank you guys so much tuning in. Before I get started, I wanted to give a shout out to my Uncle Boo. We actually put him in the ground yesterday. He was a well known person in the Oakland community. He really stepped it up for the community, and I just want to tell him rest in peace and I love him, and this is dedicated to him. So, um, we'll go ahead and start with Taurus. So, we'll get into that health for Taurus. So, for the remainder of the week, from the 7th to the 9th, you guys are kind of accident prone. You got to be careful really with traveling for the rest of the week, especially this weekend. You might have issues like with your, like back and neck. So just be mindful. Like if you're driving on the road for long periods of time, outstretch if I were you. A lot of yoga. Just this weekend I would be real mindful of driving and cooking. That's really for all earth signs, but driving and cooking for you this weekend will be like pivotal. Be careful what you're doing around fire and electrical outlets and what you're doing behind the wheel. Just it's a possibility of shocking yourself or something in the kitchen or something electrical might shock you, so you need to be extra cautious. So just be mindful of that. Uh, if you're thinking about working out, so that's pretty much a good thing. Just I will watch my diet this weekend too. You can have some stomach issues, so um, just this weekend, my main thing is limiting your travel. Uh, you actually are COVID friendly this weekend, so I would limit the crowds that I were in as well. That might be an issue for you too. Being around large crowds could make you susceptible to the COVID that's going around, vaccinated or unvaxxed. Just be mindful wearing your mask. Um, just the best thing for you to do is limit travel. Don't go out too much this weekend. You can save yourself from a lot of accidents that, pose a threat for you this weekend. I'm not saying cocoon in a house, but as a tourist, that's what you like to do anyway. Just limit your travel and you can save yourself a lot of headache. So as far as your wealth, this weekend you're gonna be spending money to entertain guests and stuff, you know, but you get the deal in the end, so it'll work out for you. I would take that risk, but before you invest like a high risk of money into stuff, do your research and shit. Be quick and decisive with your decisions. You entertaining these guests. It'll cause like it'll run your budget. So make sure you budget and itemize accordingly. And then in a very short time, you should recover. You'll bounce back from this. But, entertaining these guests is going to hit your pocket. So just be mindful of that. And, with our family and our funeral, we got a lot of earth signs. So, yeah, I understand the struggle and I understand why. But, just be mindful of your spending, chart a budget, and see what happens. So, I'm going to go ahead and see what Spirit has to say for you for the sign of Taurus. I'm doing earth signs at this time, okay? Let's see what they have to say for you. Should have had this report in earlier, but putting family in the ground, you know how that go. I was a little sentimental, but he's somewhere where he needs to be, where he ain't in pain. So, yep. Shout out to all my earth signs. Let's see what they got to say. See? Show me the pool. The hermit. So it could be a Virgo, another earth sign. And it could also be telling you to chill in the house. The hermit sign is somebody who chills, very knowledgeable, stays to themselves, So I think you should restrict travel and kind of stay to yourself. The more you stay to yourself and stay cocooned in the house, the more money you save, the less trouble you get into. So this was pulled. This is your hermit card. I don't think I need to pull any further. Let's see what else do I say. He's keeping to himself, and you see he's with a snake. So the hermit card usually poses as a Virgo, or stand to yourself, cocooning to yourself. Give yourself some time to think. Stay inside. Give yourself a time to recharge and figure out a budget and a plan. So I'll go ahead and see if I can see anything else. But you pull the hermit, which is also a fellow earth sign. Let's see. Okay. So with the hermit, let me see what else I can see. See what else Spirit want to tell me. So recognize the teacher and humble with the skies. Um, it's hard to acquire the knowledge, but it's possible. So they communicate with the elements, animal tongue, and nature herself. So see, it says in either case, the hermit card reminds us of valuable time away from the hubbub of civic life and relax the ego and communion with nature. So take some time out for yourself. And this weekend, you can get your thoughts right, get your budget right, things that you need to handle, you'll get it done when you buy yourself and give yourself time to think. So that's for you, Taurus, Earth sign of Taurus. Go ahead. Be careful in that kitchen, though. I know y'all like to cook. I like that too, though. All right, let's move on for Virgo. So for Virgo, what I see for your health, I see that there's some accumulated stress for you guys. The sweet got a lot of stress and it causes you to eat. So be careful with sweet and oily foods. Try to take some morning walks. That'll help you with the stress, alleviate stress. With stress for me, try walking barefoot on even pavement. That kind of helps alleviate stress. That might just be for me, but I give it a try. You guys are earth signs, so connecting with the earth, I think that'll be helpful for you. Just this weekend for earth signs in general, but for everyone, I would be careful on the road. Like basically you bad accidents, especially drinking and driving, I absolutely wouldn't do it. Especially distracted driving too. You don't have to be drunk or drinking, just being distracted could cause an accident for you guys too. So um, be careful with like machinery and sharp tools or doing projects and stuff and not being mindful of what you're doing. You definitely got injuries indicated. So just exercise caution. And I would be careful while cooking as well. So just, pay attention to what you're doing this weekend. That's all earth signs, really, especially behind the wheel. Actually, generally, behind the wheel, period, for all signs. This weekend, I see a lot of, just intuitively, I see a lot of accidents, car accidents this weekend. It could be a weather issue, but I do definitely see that this ain't the weekend to be drinking and driving for a show. So, you know, just be mindful if you're doing any kind of projects with sharp tools or cooking and stuff like that. Be mindful. Don't easily get distracted. So um, just make sure you know what you're doing. Um, exercise caution in everything you're doing. So as far as your wealth, like you got financial pressure, but you won't really feel any discomfort with this financial pressure. So even though you're under pressure, you'll get good results. So you'll do just fine. Just like if you have a business or anything, start expanding, especially today. Today on the 7th, start expanding your business. Start advertising. Start putting yourself out there, and you'll get some good results. Don't be afraid to start something that you know you are capable of doing. So if you got anything, start launching it today. You might see some short results. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. You never know what you get. But one thing I did want to say is this weekend, as far as financial advice, be careful of people who might feel like competitive against you because they might mislead you on purpose, and make sure you don't get the deal in the end. So trust your own instincts, trust what you're doing, and stay focused, and you should be fine this weekend. But you got a little financial pressure, but if you're planning on launching a business or doing something, don't let that opportunity pass you by. You jump right on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Jump right up on it. What I will say is, people feel a little competitive with you. You guys are a money making sign. It's kind of what you revolve around. Y'all like money. Y'all earth signs. So if they feel competitive with you, just trust your intuition. You know what's going on. Especially with us Virgos, and I'm a Gemini. Going into Mercury retrograde, things seem a little cloudy. So just double check everything around this time. Because next week we start going into Mercury retrograde. So we're in shadow phase right now. So, communication gets muffled, detours, and all kind of stuff. So just double check everything you're doing before you do it. But right now is the best time to launch. It's better than next week. So we go on the retrograde, I think, on the 14th and end on the 2nd. And we still got to go through shadow. So I'm looking at a month of, oh, shit. So let me see what these cards have this in store for you. So we're going to pull a card and see what it says. Spirit, what do you have to tell me for my Virgos? Let's see what we got. Let's see. Uh-oh, the universe card, but it's in reverse. Okay. The great one of nighttime. So let me see what I get intuitively. I see there's a bird on here. What I'm getting from this card is that this is a universe card. So it's in reverse. So you might doubt your own abilities. That's what I'm seeing. I see a bird on here. If you see on here, I see a bird that wants to fly, but is hesitant. So I do definitely see that you may be hesitant to start something, like I said earlier. The bird is in reverse. So you might be scared. A bird is like launching, going out and doing what you're supposed to be doing, but it's in reverse. So I think you might be scared and a little hesitant on doing what you know you're supposed to be doing, but you're questioning yourself. Don't question yourself. Let me see, the great one of the nighttime. Most of your ideas probably gonna come at night. So I would look into at night, but don't doubt what comes across your mind at night. So that's what I'm getting from this card. Let's see what else I can see. There's also a man on here. See at the bottom? He looks like he's in deep thought. He looks like he's contemplating things. You see the bird at the top? So it might be you contemplating great thoughts at night. But with the card in reverse, that's backwards. That means you probably doubt yourself. So I wouldn't really doubt myself in these great times. And I do see a Taurus. See? I see a bull. So maybe there's a Taurus or something at this time that you work with. I do see a Taurus on here. So it might be a Taurus that you may have to work with. Why don't you run that by a Taurus? They might feel a little competitive, but just run it by a Taurus and see what. I know you have a able-bodied Taurus that you communicate with on a daily. Why don't you run it by them, see what they say? If you feel like you're competitive with this person, just run it by them anyway. But don't get misled by their judgment. But they may have something in there for you that you may need. So I would run that by. Or don't let a Taurus make you doubt yourself either. Even if you have an idea and you want to launch, see what they say. And if it's something stubborn, then maybe that's your answer, what I told you. Maybe that's the person that misguides you. Just be a little cautious. But don't be afraid to chase your dreams. Launch that product. So don't doubt yourself. So that's what I got from that. Okay, now we're going to go to Cappies. So the last on our earth is Cappies. So Again, all earth signs, don't be rash on the road. So you guys have a high chance of injury, very high chance. So you can't be rash on the road or aggressive on the road, or you're gonna damage your vehicle or your things or somebody else's. So be mindful on the road. You'll fuck shit up. So just be very careful and be mindful of what you're doing to escape a lot of drama. Um, if you do have an accident, it may trigger some arthritis issues, or you might have back, neck, and pain issues anyway. But getting into an accident will trigger those for sure. So make sure you're very mindful. Um, don't really, even like with sports or going to the gym, don't tax yourself because it doesn't have to be behind the wheel. These accidents can happen at the gym or in your everyday movement. You guys like to work out around this time. You know, you guys are thinking about physical fitness, so it could happen there. It could be happening on a basketball court, on a football field. Just this weekend, be extra mindful because you guys are very high risk for accidents. So I would exercise a lot of caution. See. Just, don't test the waters. I wouldn't in any way, shape, or form. Your chance for panic is high. So, I wouldn't drink and drive. I wouldn't be behind the wheel doing a fool. I wouldn't be in the gym overtaxing myself. I wouldn't test shit this weekend, especially if you're a Capricorn. So just be mindful and don't be aggressive, or, you guys have a high chance of being in an accident. Just be mindful of what you're doing. And this weekend, you guys also have a cash crunch. So the earth signs are, because of the position of the planets, and Venus is in retrograde and Mercury is about to go in retrograde, you guys are feeling a little bit of the pinch right now with the shadows. So there's a cash crunch at this time for you guys. So you guys can be delayed money. So just try to budget and see what you can work with. People who you thought was supposed to give you something, you might not get it. I'm sorry. It might be delayed and you're going to have to make allowances for that. Try to budget what you can. If you're going for work related travel, it's not going to be fruitful like you think it is. I'm sorry. So you might want to think about, is it worth you spending this money to go here or do that? Because it might not turn out the way you thought. So just to be mindful, that's what these health and wealth reports for, to put you up on game. So, you might have something coming up this weekend that you thought you was gonna put your all in. Don't get your hopes too high. It ain't gonna work out the way you want it. It might not. So it depends on your moon sign, the other placement, but I very much doubt, it's gonna be what you wanted because of your sun. But just do your research, see if it's even worth it to do it this weekend. So my partner's birthday is actually this weekend. Happy birthday. I don't know. You trying to get everybody together. You might want to save money. Do it next weekend or something. Because this weekend, but if you listen to happy birthday, I love you. But the traveling, going to kick it might not do it for you this weekend. So, especially if you're gonna be in car accidents and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a rain check. But this weekend you lose and break something very valuable, a material possession. Just be mindful of the shit that you love and the shit that you need. You break it this weekend and it's gonna put you in a funk anyway. So, if you really care for it, I would scratch the whole thing and just leave that shit. I wouldn't even really travel or do something, because you lose something or something gets broken or taken away from you that's valuable to you. So just keep all your valuables safe, and that'll avoid a lot of confusion. If you do, you still got the support of your friends and family who love you, and they'll make sure, it's a material possession. You'll get it back. But this weekend, you have a high chance of losing. So just be mindful. You want to go ahead and call on Spirit? Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's see what you got for our last Earth sign, Capricorn. Let's see what you have for our last sign, Capricorn. Let's tell them to put them. Tell them to shuffle again. Thought it was done. I want me to do it again, okay? Squirrel, can you tell happy? Let's see. Squirrel, what do you have for me? Oh, Gemini in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse. So, and it has a sign of Gemini. I'm on there. So I guess, Maybe you clash this weekend with a Gemini. That's what I'm definitely seeing. There's a clash with a Gemini. Ooh, it's my friend's birthday. Probably gonna want to go. But happy birthday. Love you. Yeah, we probably gonna clash because I'm trying to give you this heat, this warning. You probably not gonna do it. But this is the Ten of Swords in reverse. So basically, what's supposed to be over with is not completely over. And it says Lord of Ruin. So you definitely lose something, and the Gemini gives you the heads up on it. So it could be a friend, a family, or some sort of Gemini who uh, tries to avoid your ruin, but it looks like it's going to happen anyway, probably in a lesser degree. So let's see what the Ten of Swords, what Spirit has to say with the Ten of Swords. Let's see. Ooh, that one has a Gemini sign. So, okay. Let me see what the Ten of Swords in reverse. Probably to a lesser degree. So you might dramatize your predicament to get sympathy and understanding, and you believe your own stories and excuses. So just consider, look at it says give yourself a brief look at your situation. You might over dramatize it with a Gemini. So, or a Gemini, it's going to be in a lesser degree, but whatever this weekend is going to be finalized. So, you need to be extra cautious with your stuff. You are definitely getting messages. So, intuitively, I get that a Gemini is probably going to help you uh, with not damaging or losing stuff to a lesser degree. What I also get is there may be a clash and you might overdo it. Remember, it said you were going to be aggressive. Try not to be so aggressive, so you might put 2 on a 10. And the situation is not as dire as you think. So, this message is for you. Try to contain your excitement. It says you're gonna be aggressive and you might hurt yourself. I wouldn't get no fights this weekend either. It doesn't look like this your weekend. So it also said don't test the water. So if you're feeling a certain type of way, yeah, keep it to a minimum. Just keep it yeah, keep it physical free. So that's all I want to say. But this is your report for the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is your health and wellness report. I'll see you after the ninth. I'm going to start breaking them down so you guys can go immediately to your element, and there's a timestamp. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.